The question is, what are we planning for Christmas meal, for our Christmas menu? So before I answer that question and tell you what we're planning, because I do have a small plan, I do want to give you some background information. We are a divorced family. Our Christmas holiday looks a little different than everybody else's, or maybe not. It looks different for us than what is normal. Let me say that, what we would consider normal. With the fact that we are a divorced family, Christmas is my holiday. It's my favorite holiday of the year. It's the one that I enjoy. It's the one that I've made a big deal with my kids because it was never a big deal when I was little. Growing up, we didn't celebrate Christmas. I didn't get a lot of stuff. I mean, I remember one Christmas, maybe I got things. I can't remember a ton of Christmases where I got stuff. It wasn't because, we just didn't celebrate. It just wasn't it just wasn't a thing. Everything that everybody experiences is not always something to somebody else. I digress. So, because Christmas is my main holiday that I love, in the very beginning of my separation and divorce, I told my ex-husband he could not have the kids on Christmas at all, period, the end. At some point in the journey, the Lord kind of said, well, that's a little selfish, don't you think? And upon further review and knowing the Lord like I know him, he would not have said that had not been true. So I made a decision that my children would have Christmas at home with me, but they would also be able to see their dad. And so instead of doing the traditional Christmas dinner like we had always done, we started doing a Christmas breakfast. And I started that about 13 years ago. And here's how it worked. The kids and I would get up really early in the morning. I would be up probably around 4 a.m. to put on the crock pots and get everything started. The kids would get up about 6:30 so that they would have time to open their gifts and enjoy their things before their dad would come about 11 a.m. or noon. So that worked for us for several years. In the recent past, he hasn't always made it on Christmas, but we enjoyed the Christmas breakfast. That freed us up in the evening to not have to do anything if we didn't want to. It freed me up to be able to not have to worry about a huge meal to cook at the end of the day. And we could just relax all day, whatever was left over from the breakfast. We could just nibble on throughout the day, or we could have sandwiches for later or what have you. So for this year, and let me say this as well, as you mature in the Lord, things change. And so over the years, I have even invited my ex-husband and his new wife to come and have Christmas breakfast with us. It's no big whoop for me. That is, my children's father and his new wife. Again, maturity says they're our children. We raise them as best we can. There are no jealousies. There's none of that. There's no bitterness. There's no unresolved issues between us. We have resolved us, and now we parent children. So with that being said, we were all geared up to have our annual Christmas breakfast this year. However, we are having guests, and one of our guests cannot get here until about 10:30 or 11 in the morning. And so because of that, we are pushing it back and we're doing a Christmas brunch, and we're actually doing it the day after Christmas because that's the day that they can come. So we are having a Christmas brunch, and the star of the show is going to be our pancake and waffle bar. We always have a bar of some kind. We've had grits bar before, where we would do the grits as the main, and then we would do cheese and ham and bacon and sour cream and cream cheese and all the fixings that you would want on your grits. We have done a pancake bar before, where there is caramel sauce, chocolate sauce, syrups, different kinds of syrups, There would be chocolate chip pancakes, blueberry pancakes, strawberry compote, whipped cream. So this year we're doing a combination of the pancake and waffle bar because we have a new waffle maker that was sent to us from a particular company. And so we are going to be featuring that in our vlog. And we're also going to have, the kids always request cinnamon rolls, so they will have cinnamon rolls. We will probably do some hash browns. I don't think I'm going to do homemade hash browns this year. I've done those before, but I like the frozen ones and how they cook up much better than I like doing the fresh ones. If I had time, I would shred them, drain them, freeze them, and then I could cook them from frozen, and I may have some time this week to do that. So that may be something. Then we have an assortment of juices. There's orange juice and apple juice and cranberry juice and whatever the kids want to have. We'll have water. We'll also have coffee, and there'll be hot chocolate. Those are the types of things. We will have grits, really real grits, not cauliflower grits, but grits with cheese and ham and bacon. We will have brown sugar bacon. That's always a hit and a thing that we do every single Christmas is the brown sugar bacon. I don't do it very often any other time, but I do it for Christmas. There will be eggs. I've done quiche before, but we will have scrambled eggs. I thought about doing some fried eggs. I'm not real sure if that will go over well, but I usually do some scrambled eggs. So that is what we are planning for Christmas. We're planning a Christmas brunch. We are inviting friends over. How we work that out is I always think of the people who don't have family close or they're not able to travel because of funds or finances, not able to get gas or whatever to go a long way. So we try to invite people that don't have anywhere else to go to fellowship for the holiday. And our home is always open for that. My kids are very hospitable. We enjoy having people in our home. That's what it's here for. God has been gracious to us to allow us to be able to have this space, and we love to share it with people. But I wanted to share that little front story because a lot of people do have to try to navigate being separated or divorced around the holidays. And that's how my ex-husband and we've navigated it. Has it always been pleasant? It hasn't. But over the years, we have made it work for our family because we are still connected through our children. Are we connected personally? We are not. But our children will always be our children. And it became more important to do what was best for them than to do what was pleasing for us, which was just to separate and not ever come back together again. Again, him and his wife have been invited. Some years he has come and, taken a meal with the kids and then taken them off to do family things with his side of the family. That gives me a few free hours to just chillax. I have the kids 365 days a year. And so that gives me a day or two to just relax. And if I've done my meal already and the kids help clean, we take down our Christmas tree on the 26th, which is the day after Christmas. The cleanup is done. I'm able to rest. They're able to go and fellowship with family and all is well. So that is our plan for Christmas. We're doing it one day later than normal, but that is okay. That's when our guests could come, and that's when we're going to do it. We want to be as accommodating as possible for them. And then the kids don't mind making a shift in the schedule. Works out perfectly.